Good afternoon. Thank you for visiting my channel. This is Charmion Anderson, and today I'm going to be talking about forgiveness. It's Earth Day. Today is April 22nd, 2020. So it's a very significant day. It's a new moon, very powerful moon today. And it's a good time to do some clearing, some letting go of some things that have been hanging on you that you haven't let go of, old energies, stale old relationships, people who you feel may have had a hold on you or something like that. So that's why I feel like a good topic to bring up today is forgiveness. Um, Speaking from my past, some things that I definitely have had challenges with is one, forgiving myself for situations, relationships, things that I may have done that I needed to let go of. But one particular relationship sticks out the most, and that is the lost relationship that I did not get the opportunity to have fully is with my father, who died in 1999 from cancer. He was an absent parent in my life. He did not come into my life until I was 18 years old, and I was in my freshman year in college. And at that time, he informed me that he was terminally ill with cancer, and we did not know exactly how long he had to live. And that was a very painful thing to learn after not having had a relationship with him at all. At all. Um, my mother never talked ill of my father. She made continuous efforts throughout my life to connect us. He was very resistant, and I learned that he had significant battles with alcohol and drugs, and just wanted to go on that path. I learned that they had a abusive relationship from his alcohol use, and that was the reason for her leaving the relationship. And he later had an addiction to drugs. But what was hard for me was the fact that he was never in my life. So I was in college, and out of the blue, my mom calls me, and I'm in my dorm room. I remember this just like yesterday. And I'm in my dorm room, and she calls, and she's like, "Your dad's here." Like, she's like, "He's here for your graduation. He came for your high school graduation." And I'm just like, "Well, that was several months ago." She said, "Well, he's here. He wants to see you." So I'm like, "Okay." And he just comes out of nowhere, just pops up. So at that time, we learned of his illness, and I'm just like, "Wow, you just pop up in my life. I've been wanting to have this relationship with you all my life, and then you come in my life and you're sick. You're going to die. There's no turning back from this. We don't know when it's going to happen, and you're going to die." That was the hardest thing for me. And at that point in time, we had a relationship up until that was in 95 when he came in my life. He died in 99, and it wasn't a consistent relationship that we had in those years. because of his drug addiction, because he stayed on drugs the whole entire time that during his illness. He never stopped using. And I would go to see him, visit with him, and his at the time he was in a relationship, and she would tell me, I don't know if you want to come, because he'd been out there, and I put the word out in the street for him to let him know that you was coming, so I'm hoping that she's gonna show up, because he would go on binges, and he would just be gone on his binges for weeks at a time. So they wouldn't know, she wouldn't know when he would come home. I couldn't, as a woman, be in a relationship with a man who would use like that, but her love for him was real. She was willing to be with him regardless. And I still wanted that relationship, that connection with this man. I wanted to still try to get to know him. And the hardest thing is that even in those times, those end times, there was only an opportunity that I had to have one conversation with him, and ask him why didn't you want to get to know me? Why were you so distant in my life? Do you even know what was going on with me? Do you even care what was happening with me? Why did you have so much trust in the woman that you married to raise me? Did you think that she was going to be a good mother? Did you even know? And he really didn't have any answers. And when I saw that he was struggling to find the answers, I was just like, it's okay. At that point, I let things go, and I decided that I wasn't going to hold resentment towards him, that I was just going to let things be, because I was angry. I realized I was very angry that you just going to pop up in my life now, and you're sick, and there's nothing that nobody can do about it. And I get nothing. And I was mad because I get nothing. I felt like I get nothing. Then I had to come to terms with the fact that either I could be mad, or I can just take advantage of the time that we have now and love him with the time that we have now. And it wasn't a hard decision to make at that point. It wasn't a hard decision, because this is a man who I wanted in my life for so long. I longed for that relationship so badly. And I struggled even after his passing, because I still felt cheated after not having that much time. Even though the time that we had was so short, I did not get to have many conversations with him because of his addiction still. And I remember that one call I got right before he passed. He really wanted to see me, and I'm still in school. And it was in September. He died in October, and he wanted me to come visit. And I actually have siblings I didn't know about, and he wanted me to meet my brother. And I was like, Dad, school just started. I can't miss classes just yet. And he was like, okay. And I'm like, well, what about November? What about November when, Thanksgiving, we never shared a holiday together. And I really wanted to experience that with him, when we just didn't make it. And it hurt so bad, because I'm like, damn, I didn't get that chance. I should have went. And I blamed myself for a long time. And, to hear the family say, he tried to hold on. He really did. And it's like, I said, why nobody tell me how sick he was? Why no one told me? And they were like, he didn't want you to know. It's like, I wish I had known, I would have came. And they were like, they wanted you to focus on school. You really wanted to focus on school. They didn't want anything distracting you from school. At one point, I was going to transfer schools to go to a school in his state, close to his home and stuff, and just help take care of him, just so I could have more time. And his girlfriend at the time was like, don't do that. You know, you just need to stay where you're at and focus. Don't want anything to get you distracted from finishing school. But I was really, really wanting to do that because I wanted to get the most out of the time with my dad that I could have gotten. I had to find everything in me to forgive, mostly forgiving myself, and knowing that that time that I had was the time that was given, and I can't go back, because after he passed, I was, you know, wrestling with myself about time. If I could have, but if, you know, trying to change back things, it took a while. I wrestled with that for a long time, because I wanted so desperately to have that father. Growing up without a father was hard, because you're always trying to fill in the blanks. It's that piece missing. For a very long time, I had that void there of that missing father. And I don't think until you come to terms with certain things in your life, that void becomes filled. God fills it for you once you ask for closure for certain things in your life. But it's also a form of forgiveness for things that you can't fix, you know, and acceptance for things that you had no part in, that was not your fault. And finding peace with that within. And today, for any of those that are out there that need to find that peace for those absent parents, to not blame them, but to find your peace within, your forgiveness for yourself, is very important for you to move on in your life, for your purpose, for your peace, so that you can continue to soar. No need to blame yourself anymore. No need for blaming of them. Today is a good day. Today is a very powerful day. So I just ask that you find your peace within. It took a long time for me to heal that part of me. I struggled. I definitely struggled with that. And I have found forgiveness, and I have definitely found peace. So today I ask that God be with you and bless you in all that you are going through. I came outside today because it's such a beautiful day today, and there's a lot of significance in the numbers of today. So remember these numbers. If you are big on playing the numbers, 4, 22, 2020. That's a good number. You guys be blessed. Take care.